Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video we're going to be talking about when to expect your first snowfall this winter. Now before I get started with this video though, I would ask that you do subscribe if you do like weather related content, and also make sure to share this video with your friends, family, and social media. I'd also highly recommend that you check out our very exciting store and our very exciting Patreon pages. They're both going to be in the description and the pinned comment down below. Anyway, for today's comment of the day, I want to know, when is the earliest you've ever had a snowfall in a winter or fall time? I guess it's probably November or October. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be picking one of those for tomorrow's video. Now let's get right into this video, and first things first, we're taking a look at the area that will receive snowfall, and that is anywhere in the white region. That is anywhere that averages seeing snowfall at least every single winter. So the areas to the south and I guess the west of these regions, there for California and Arizona, we see that this area, sometimes they do see snowfall in some of these regions, but really it's not every single year that they average seeing snowfall. It might be every 2 years, every 5 years, every 10 years. I don't really know what your average is below this region, but some areas have averages like that and they are not included in this map. So this does not mean you're not going to see snowfall. Just on the year-to-year basis, you do not average seeing snowfall whatsoever. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on and we're going to take a look at the area that will get snow before January up next. Alright, now here we are taking a look at the area that will get snow before January, and as you can see, anywhere in this blue region, you'll see snowfall before January, so that means December, and that's at least. So we see in this white region, you will see snow after January, but you will average seeing snowfall. So Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, northern Georgia, and a lot of North Carolina and Virginia there as well. We average seeing snowfall after January, but we do average seeing snowfall. All right. Now, as we add our next layer, this is the area that will get snow before mid-December. So that means that blue area, that lighter blue region, that's where you average seeing snowfall in late December. So perhaps December 15th and beyond. So this is kind of for the mid-Atlantic areas there in Kentucky and Tennessee. Oklahoma City's in there, portions of Texas and Kansas as well. I also see St. Louis. So there's a lot of regions in there as well where we just average seeing snowfall kind of in that later portion of December, perhaps around Christmas is when you average seeing that first snowfall of the season. Now we're going to continue going on with this. We're actually going to talk about areas that see snowfall before even now. So the time I'm making this video, November 23rd, just so you guys are familiar with the averages. And actually later on, we're going to get kind of into our most up-to-date winter forecast as far as precipitation, temperature, and snowfall anomalies as well, so you can kind of compare to what I'm saying here. So we're going to compare the averages to what we're expecting as well in just a moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on and we're going to take a look at the area that will see snow before December. All right, now as you can see, this deeper blue region, the deepest blue here, you will get snow before December. So that's the area that typically will see snowfall either in late November, which is kind of the time frame we're in now, or even before that. Now that deeper blue region, that's the area that will see snowfall in early December. So the 1st through the 15th of December is where that middle blue shade there, that covers a lot of Ohio. Some of the other Ohio Valley states as well. We see some regions there in the plains. All of those regions are expecting to see snowfall somewhere between December 1st and December 15th. All right. It's always fun when this map starts coming together and you can really tell when your average first snowfall date is. Also, let me know in the comments, based on this, what is your average first snowfall date? Let me know in the comments down below. So I'd love to see what you guys average seeing as far as your first snowfall. Let's just go ahead and move on and take a look at will get snow before mid-November. So these areas on average have already seen snowfall. If you're in this purple region, let me know if you have seen snowfall. Let's see how accurate this map is compared to this year, because it's obviously your average. So some areas haven't seen their snowfall because they're seeing later than average snowfall. So there is some very logical reasons for why that might be the case. If you're in that deeper blue region, you expect to see snowfall between, or the deepest blue, so that very, very dark blue shade. You average seeing your first snowfall between November 15th and the very end of November, which again is right where we're at right about now. Alright, now just for the sake of this entire video, what we're going to do is we're going to begin talking about the areas that have on average, already seen their snowfall. So we're going to start talking about early November, October, and September very, very briefly. And then we're going to start talking about my updated winter forecast for the temperature, precipitation, and snowfall forecast in just a moment. All right, now here we are taking a look at an area that sees their first snowfall on average before November here in this pink region. So anywhere in that purple, you're seeing your first snowfall before, I would say around November 1st through 15th, within that kind of magenta shade there. And then this pink region again is before November. And then in this red region, you see your first snowfall before October. So that's kind of our very early snowfall regions, basically just the Rockies and then some very exclusive, very small regions, especially mountainous regions across the United States. Now let's just go ahead and move on and start talking about that winter forecast. First things first, the precipitation forecast. And if you haven't seen this video already, our winter forecast video, you can find that on our channel. I think it was our number 6 one. I will be saying, though, in the next 7 days, we're going to be making our final official winter forecast, which might look a lot different in some aspects. So you can just wait for that if you'd like. We're going to be making a very large winter forecast. And the reason I'm releasing this video, actually, is because I wanted to kind of do like a winter week where I'm talking mostly about the winter forecast and all of the elements. So we're going to be doing a total snowfall for 2020 to 2021 video and just some other winter related videos, because once it's December, I don't want to talk about the winter forecast anymore. I want to start talking about like the now winter forecast, like what's happening this week, starting December 1st and beyond. Anyway, taking a look at the precipitation forecast. Kind of dry down there for the Southwest, all the way down through the Gulf states and the East Coast. Although December looks to start out with some wet conditions there for the Gulf Coast and the East Coast. So we might be changing that a little bit coming up. That's why I kind of said you can go ahead and just wait for the update. There's going to be a lot of changes. The Pacific Northwest and through the Rockies, we're expecting above average precipitation and a lot of snow for that region as well. Same story for the upper Midwest and portions of the Ohio Valley as well. All of those regions, I expect to see quite a decent amount of snowfall all throughout those regions and rainfall as well. So just comparatively to normal, I think you're going to get a lot more precipitation. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on and we're going to take a look at finally our updated temperature. Well, it's not updated. It's our most up-to-date recent temperature forecast and snowfall anomaly forecast, and you can use that to compare your averages. So if you're seeing above average snowfall, it's likely you could see earlier snowfall as well. So we'll be taking a look at all that in just a moment. So here's our most up-to-date temperature forecast, and as you can see, we're expecting mostly below average temperatures to the north and above average temperatures to the south. And a lot of times when I show a map like this, a lot of people go, well, isn't that kind of obvious that it would be like that? But the thing you have to pay attention to is it's compared to normal, compared to your average. So, for instance, even though it's normally warmer in Florida than it is in Maine, you can still see above normal temperatures in Florida, or perhaps below normal temperatures in Florida and above normal temperatures in Maine. Maine will still be colder than Florida, but compared to Florida's average, they will be colder than their average. That's all that means. So these areas to the south, you're just going to be warmer than what your average temperatures are overall. There still will be some colder periods. This does not mean you won't see any cold the entire winter. It's just most of the time you're going to be dealing with warmth. Especially for the north central United States, but really just for the entire northern United States, we're taking a look at colder than normal conditions than what you're normally dealing with. And this is very typical in a La Nina. That's not too crazy. Now, as far as the snowfall anomaly forecast, and this is the one you can really use to compare to what I just showed you, we're expecting below average snowfall for most of the southwest, the south central, and then the entire east coast. And that can vary anything from just a couple inches below average or very, very far below average. And that's very hard to differentiate this far out. So it's hard to say. But either way, I think you're going to definitely be dealing with a little bit less than what you're typically used to. However, if you're in those blue regions, especially for the Northwest and the upper Midwest there, those two regions I expect to see a lot of snowfall comparatively to normal. I'm already eyeballing some opportunities for snowfall there for early December, especially for the upper Midwest. So it's looking to be a very snowy winter for all of you people in those blue regions this upcoming winter. Anyway, for today's comment of the day, I asked you guys, Do you think that we will see any nor'easters or big snowstorms in this upcoming pattern that I talked about yesterday for the earlier portion of December? And Marion Gabriel said, I think out of this pattern we can get a nor'easter, but there will also be some serious lake effect. Crossing my fingers that this pattern can give us southern snow. I think a lot of people are having their fingers crossed that this pattern will give us some snowfall and not just a cold period with no snowfall. It kind of feels wasted if there's no snow during a very cold pattern like this. So yes, I think a lot of people have their fingers crossed. Anyway, for today's patron highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our diamond patrons. Michael Codalessa, Madbirds, Felix Wheatfield, Michael Buell, Mariah Vieira, Kellen Manhart, Alicia Davis, Catbite, Terry Curtis, It's Jay, Cindy Klein, Noah Harley, and Mark J. Alongside our platinum patrons, Adam S., Justin Quantrell, Donna Carnes, Alan Belemo, Larry LePan, Dovie Nagel, James Wade, and Cameron Marshall. If you would like to be on this Patreon end screen, you can do so by joining our very exciting Patreon page in the description and the pinned comment down below. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, be sure to share it with your friends, family, and social media. I will see you guys in the next video.